On this topic, I don't usually agree with boomers, but recently one told me something that I'll never forget. I was speaking to a family friend who grew up in the 60s, and when he was 18, he worked a minimum wage factory job. In just 2 weeks, he had made enough to pay for a year of college, and in just a year of working, he had made enough to pay for a down payment on a home. Today, you need to work for a full year to pay for a year of tuition at a public university. And if you make minimum wage, you'll probably never save up enough for a home. Things were so easy for the boomer generation because the rich were taxed at 95%, which made housing, education, and healthcare accessible for millions of white Americans. Today, the rich pay less than 30% in taxes. People aren't struggling because they're buying new clothes or getting food delivered. They're struggling because our economy has structural, fundamental problems.
So on this topic, let me ask this question, and I'm asking legitimately because I want to understand. What is the tax rate being 95% for the rich back in the 60s, and then it dropping to where it's at now, have to do with the cost of college and mortgages also in the 60s? So the rich are paying a crap load of taxes, and people making minimum wage can pay for a year of college in a couple of weeks, pay for a down payment on a house in a year. Okay, great. So fast forward to today, the rich paying less in taxes, sure, but the cost of college, like, is not directly funded. Like just because the rich pay less in taxes doesn't mean that the college price went up because colleges are getting less in taxes. Probably right the opposite. And then definitely the rich paying less in taxes doesn't, I mean, maybe it does. Maybe I'm wrong. Does the rich paying less in taxes dramatically cause housing costs to go up? I don't think there's a significant correlation in the two. But if you can cite specific examples as to why I'm wrong, I'd love for you to educate me on it. Y'all be safe.